Hello everybody, and welcome back to your computer science tutorial. This is section 5 video 2, and today we're going to be talking about animations. We're going to make an animation, and then I'm going to show you how to play it. I already have the animations made, so I'm going to actually remake them. So let me just delete those now. I'm only going to delete one actually. I'm going to delete door open. So let's delete that. And if we go to our scene. Now if you remember when we did our collisions, our little collisions thing, when we stepped on this block here, it would push down and the door would like teleport out. That looks disgusting. So we're gonna fix that. First thing you need to do is that I have this game object. It's not actually there, it's actually right here. Unity doesn't really show that, which is kind of annoying. Oh, okay, there we go. Now it shows where it actually is. The game object's over here, so that means that we could just rotate this door open with a animation clip, and this animation clip, which I'm gonna make in a second, is just gonna open the door. Yeah, okay, that was okay. So we need this animation clip to run, so we need to first make it. Simply, if you go to Windows, you can bring up the animations window. You can mount it. I don't normally mount it. I don't normally use it actually, because I'm not a professional at animations. Making animations that look good and fluid and like good are very hard. What we're doing currently is legacy animations. Now there's a newer type of animation in Unity which they like more, and they work pretty differently, but they allow for like characters to be rendered much better and like easier. But for basic animations, this is the easiest way. So like basic door opening, maybe a little recoil on a gun. Things like that are easy to do. So first, you're just going to click this red dot, and it's going to record something. Now, it shouldn't start there. These positions should actually be reversed. And we're going to add the property, which is what you want to measure against, rotation. Now, it's starting from this 270 state, and we're going to rotate it out 90 degrees. So we just do that by you can rotate it in the inspector. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to write in the value because I know it's going to be 180. And in fact, instead of that, it was at 270. So that means I need to edit its next value, these two values, and I'm actually going to edit their values to 360, not 360. You have to get the rotation right too, which is why I don't like this, because it's not as intuitive as it looks. So 180, and hopefully I rotated it the correct way, because otherwise it's gonna like go around the house, and that's just not gonna look right. And above here says how long it's gonna happen over 1 second, and from it looks like I got the rotation right. So it's gonna open up, and that's what it's gonna look like. And if you stop this, it's going to actually I am editing a clip right now. I did not create one, so I just actually messed up both my clips. So I'm going to delete both of them now because they're both wrong, and this time I'm going to create a new animation clip. It's going to be called door open, and I think I already have the script pre-made for this one because it's annoying to make. Okay, so let's add that property again. Let's add the rotation of this object. It's gonna start here. We'll make sure it starts, yeah. And this is doing local coordinates, so it'll work on like any type of door, which is kind of cool. And we're going to subtract that to open it. So that's the opening clip. And then if it's open, we're going to have our close one. It should start. Now, okay. We need to add a property. Add the rotation as the property. And if it starts at, it's going to be open already, so it's going to be at 180. And then we're going to, I started at It starts at 180, and it's going to move back to being closed. Does it move the right way though? It does. Oh, okay, yes, it should move the right way. So there we have them set up now. That's how you make animations in Unity. They're not good animations. Those are bad animations. You can add curves and stuff and make it look really nice. There's a lot of these weird settings you can do in Unity. I'm not good at curves and stuff, but I program in code, not in images. But there's what it's going to look like. And so now we need to make it so the script does it. This door controller script and the door script, the door controller script is new, but what the door script does, it just sends a trigger door, or a trigger thing, and it just sends it sends a number either 0 or 1 for open or closed. And then if we go back to our door controller script, so when you step on the button, it sends a 1, and then this controller script is going to process it. Now, that's not what we want. We want this script. Okay, so this is just a little counter variable. This isn't the best way to do it. You'll notice that there is a logic error that can occur if you get off and like the script's exactly at the end of an animation clip. A logic error will occur where it'll like swing around and clip a little. I'm not an animation programmer. The more you play around with it, the more comfortable you'll get with. But you see, we have our trigger function, which just returns the counter type, and then we check to see if our counter type is equal to whatever clip it is. Then we run that clip. You could turn these into variables, and it's a lot like the audio source, where you just have to play, except now you put in a clip instead of setting the clip up top. But you play it like this, and as long as the clip is not, there's an exclamation point there, is not, as long as there's no clip playing, you can play the next clip. Which, as I said, that'll cause a clipping on like larger objects, but that's just something we'll have to live with for now. So now if we do it, very simple, step on it, and it's going to tell me it didn't work because I forgot to re-add my door open to element 0, and this shouldn't exist here, and that might fix it. It might not fix it though. Let's find out. Okay, door state could not be played because it could not be found. Is that because yes, when you make a new clip, because we're using legacy, you have to go to the inspector and debug it and mark it as legacy. Don't ask me why. I think that's just silly. You should have an option in the normal settings, but it's what happens, so we do it. So if we do that and we step on it, it'll open, and we step off, it'll close. And you'll see I'm going to try, yeah, see that it'll clip a little there if you get off on and off at the same time. But if you don't, you can sort of get into the door if you're fast enough. Yeah, but there's a little clipping, but that's something I'm willing to live with. Yeah, you see, if I get on like that, it'll clip, and now I'm inside and I'm trapped. But you can learn, as you learn further, you'll learn how to deal with those kind of problems. I don't really use animation ever, but and when I do, I make sure it's impossible for clipping to happen. But in this case, there's no real way to there's a way, but I didn't do it. You could use the yield timer to make sure it doesn't switch over till a certain amount of time is run. But because of how we have it set up, where we're sending a message, it's a little more difficult. But that's it for animation, guys. See you guys next time.